Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bandwagon Sports. Today we are going to be looking at a playoff matchup that I think is definitely going to happen at this point in time. There is about 5, 6, 7 games left in the NHL regular season. The playoffs start in about a week and a half, so I'm bringing this video now, and yeah, so personally, I think that it's just going to go down this way. I think that the 3-seed Tampa Bay Lightning are going to be playing the 2-seed Florida Panthers, and this is a matchup that Tampa and Florida fans have wanted for a long time. I don't know if it's happened in the past, but even if it has, this is going to be the best matchup that these two teams have ever had. They're both extremely good teams, very close in skill and talent, and pretty similar, honestly. So I think this is going to be a great playoff series. I'm hoping that Tampa comes out on top because I am a Tampa fan, and that's mainly why I'm making this video. But let's take a look. So Tampa Bay, 34-14-2, 70 points. This is a few days old. They're currently at 73 points right now with a 35-14-3 record. And yeah, so they have 172 goals for. They have 130 goals against, and the differential is 43, I think. I'm just trying to take in consideration the past two games that the Lightning have played. So yeah, now looking at the lines. First line is Palat, Point, and Kucherov, and this is just my opinion on what the lines would be like just on a regular basis. So we got Palat, Point, and Kucherov. Second line, you got Killorn, Stamkos, and Gord. Third line, Coleman, Cirelli, Johnson. And fourth line, Maroon, Joseph, and Goodrow. I think that Maroon, Coleman, and Killorn kind of slot up and down the lineup with each other. Like, you could see Maroon playing second, you could see Coleman playing second, you could see Killorn playing second. It doesn't really matter. But I think these three left wingers are really versatile depth for the team. So really good forward group. I'd probably rate it a 9.5 out of 10. Like, you can't get much better than that. There's just great talent all across the forward lines. And on defense, you got Victor Hedman and David Savard, newly acquired David Savard, Ryan McDonough and Mikhail Sergachev, and Cal Foote with Eric Chernak. And I think this is a good defensive core, very left-handed oriented, which is maybe why Tampa went and got Savard. Also, Jan Ruda is out. I don't know if you can see, but Jan Ruda is out. Yeah, so very left-handed, a very lefty-strong defensive core with Sergachev, Hedman, and McDonough. All first-line caliber defensemen. Savard is there, though. Chernak and Foote. Just a good defensive group. So I like it. And then in net for the Lightning is Andrei Vasilevsky, and Curtis McElhinney. And Curtis McElhinney's actually been better as of the last 2 or 3 games. So that's good. If Vasilevsky gets injured, maybe McElhinney catches fire, but I'm still not betting on Vasilevsky getting injured. I really do not hope that happens, because if so, there goes the season. And I put little red blobs above these guys because they are currently injured. Kucherov is out with hip surgery. Stamkos out with an upper body injury, lower body injury, and I don't know what it is, but he is going to be back for the playoffs supposedly. So yeah, that happened, and team's still doing well, not scoring as much goals, but we can play a good defensive game as well, which is great. So now let's move on to the Florida Panthers, who are second place in the Central. Currently, they sit 34-14-5 with 73 points. No, they sit 33. Yeah, I don't know what they sit, but it doesn't matter. Goals for 170, goals against 144, and the differential is around 25, which I don't know, because they've both played 2 games since I've written this board. I was planning on making this video a little bit sooner, but not extremely important what their records and stuff are, because I think that they're going to just be similar throughout the whole thing. So let's get on to the Panthers now. Line 1 for them, Huberdeau, Barkov, and Hornqvist. I think that's a really good first line, personally. Barkov and Huberdeau, and Hornqvist has been really good for the Panthers this year. Line 2, you got Vetrano, Verhaeghe, and Duclair. Carter Verhaeghe coming over to Florida from Tampa. He turns into Jonathan Marchessault 2.0. Maybe he'll end up in Vegas in the next couple of years, but we will see. Great pickup for Florida, though. Excellent player Carter Verhaeghe has turned into. You can thank the Lightning for that. Third line, Grigory Denisenko, Alexander Wenberg, and Owen Tippett. So another good pairing there. You got two younger guys with Tippett and Denisenko, but Wenberg is a solid center with experience to back those guys up. And then the fourth line is Sam Bennett, Noel Acciari, and Alexei Heponiemi. Good fourth line, shut it down kind of fourth line, but it's also worth mentioning that Florida also has Nikita Gusev, another Tampa Bay Lightning drafted player, who they signed, and I could see Nikita Gusev playing third line minutes. There's definitely another guy that I'm forgetting, but yeah, like Florida has some really good forward depth. They loaded up on forwards this offseason, and they're just a deep team. They're a deep team. So moving on to the defense, Keith Yandle and Aaron Ekblad, and you can see a big red mark beside Ekblad because he's out for the rest of the year. He took a huge hit from somebody, I don't know who, and he just got clobbered. He's out for the rest of the year. So Anton Strawman comes into the lineup at that point, another former Lightning player. Second line, Marcus Nudavara, Radko Gudas. A good defensive second pairing. Gudas, big hitting guy. Really great defensive player. I love Radko Gudas. Another former Lightning player. And on the third line, you got Mackenzie Weegar and Brandon Montour. Montour newly acquired at this trade deadline. They got him for pretty cheap, and I think that Montour adds some good offensive depth. Maybe not a great two-way player, but he is serviceable. So, yeah. And now moving on to the goaltenders, I'm gonna say that Chris Driedger is the starter going into the playoffs. I don't see a world where Sergei Bobrovsky gets the starting job over Driedger. Driedger has just been like a million times better than Bobrovsky, so I don't see it happening. But basically, what we're looking at right here is a playoff preview because I'm pretty sure Carolina is going to keep going on a tear, and I think it's going to be up to one of these teams to, take them out. But I think that there's, at this point, probably a good 75% chance that when we get to the first round, these are the two teams that are playing in one of the playoff series, and it would be a great matchup. I would enjoy it a lot. I'd rather finish as the 1 seed and have to take on Nashville so that it's a little bit less stressful for me, but this is going to be a great series. This is going to be, I'm going to say, like, tougher than any series we had last year. Like, this Florida team is legit, and I don't know a team from last year that even compares. Maybe Boston, but that's about it. Tampa just seems so, like, no one stood a chance last year. But anyways, playoff preview, Lightning versus Panthers. What do you think? Do you agree with me or not? But yeah, let me just set the whiteboard. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed and if you liked the video, like it if you want. Also, if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome just to help grow the channel. But if you don't want to do any of that stuff, don't worry about it. I'm just glad that you're here watching the video. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.